Hey everybody, we are going to actually jump into a Momir's Madness queue this morning, my time zone anyway. I don't always play Momir. It's pretty high variance, and high variance works against our skill advantage that we generally have in queues. So there's that, but it's wacky fun. Let's go and have some wacky fun and see what we can do. I don't know what the new creatures they've added. I know they've added a bunch of new creatures here, but I haven't really looked into it, and I'm not gonna. We're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. Robert, we are gonna. I'm trying a palate cleanser here. Like, don't worry, we'll lose twice real quick, and then we'll be done. Still no 11s. Interesting no 11. Yeah, I'll take chat's feedback on various things we're targeting, but. Anyway, before we jump in, though, I do want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. You know I was going to do that. I always thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. They are excellent purveyors of all physical Magic gear. You can get whatever you need from them for your tabletop game. And, you know, the bottom line is if you keep them in your rotation and you want to throw some help my way, if you're going to buy from Card Kingdom, as it's so often worth doing, you can do so from my affiliate link in the panels down below. And then that really helps out my stream. And I can always recommend it because I know you're going to get what you ordered, what you expect, and you're going to be happy. So I love sending people to Card Kingdom because I know they're going to be happy with the results. All right. Oh, where'd the logo go? Oh, it comes and goes. Here, we can make it go. See? Wait, there it is, and then boop. Thank you, Card Kingdom. And it's only 250 gold. We're gonna splash around in Momir. And I'm going to try to shake off. I have a little bit of Magic negativity right now, if I'm going to be honest with you. You know, people ask, like, how do you ever get tired of streaming Magic every day? And I'm not tired of it today, but, like, I've been letting the game affect me negatively. Like, yesterday on stream and off air in the last, 12 hours, it's also affected me negatively. And so I'm somewhat looking to Momir here to just... If it all goes horribly wrong here, I can do it with a smile in Momir, so I'm kind of doing a little palate cleanser here. Oh, let me get some audio too, noting... Holden Caulfield wants to hear my tales of working on This Is Vegas. I think I can find you a link to a I've talked about it pretty recently. I don't know if I want to talk about it again today, but here also I'm gonna help me adjust this desktop audio. Let me know if it's too loud. I had to turn my desktop audio down for that song because it was too loud, and I don't know where we're at now back on stream. Anyway, let me know if it doesn't sound good. Let's see, I like throwing this out. Thank you. I usually don't play on a 1, especially on the draw with my opponent not doing anything. Like, I'm even inclined to wait now. But yeah, there's definitely YouTube videos of me talking about my work on This Is Vegas. If you go to my YouTube and look in the playlists, I made a playlist of me talking about game design, and I'm sure my This Is Vegas stuff is in there. Huh, Oppo not doing anything even on 3. I'm gonna go on 3. We're on the draw, we have an extra card. Yeah, we're definitely gonna search for a vampire. Damn it! Hey Jason, welcome. What do we got here? Arcades. Wow, that's got to be a nice 4. Flying Vigilance. Whenever a creature with Defender enters... Okay, that's just not going to happen too much, but it might. Each creature you control with a yeah. Well, 3/5 Flying Vigilance for 4 is a nice hit, regardless of the effectiveness of the rules text beyond that. All right. Maybe we can match them. maybe that comes in handy. For one thing, it can attack into this 5 toughness, so that's not the absolute worst. Ah, GG. Thanks, Mama. I did not see that. Appreciate that. Well, you were avenged by basically everybody I've played since. Like, I've been beat up in that queue, just like, is this real? Can I win anything with anything against anyone ever? Is it, I don't know. And, and this is how it's been going, right? Like, we get a 4/4 with, hey, it does something. Oppo goes Elder Dragon into Biogenic Ooze. Right. Well, the beatings are going to continue. I don't know about morale, but the beatings, definitely yes right here. Let's see what we can get from a 5. Oop, no, I can't do 10. 10 is a nice pipe dream. Yeah, normally it's not a bad thing to get for, but I guess we would trade this off for any of those. So yeah, we'll send in, because what we trade for the dragon or for the ooze, they're not going to block. Yeah, I guess, well, I didn't send both dinos because I would have had to choose, I would have had to have chosen a, I guess I put it here and then that would have been okay. Yeah, I could have sent both dinos. They would have just taken both. I don't think it matters too much, but yeah, I think I could have gotten the other one through cleanly. This at least held back attacks. What do we want? Extra mountains. And they got hunters, okay. All right, here's a big 6 that's gonna pull us out of this. Let's see. If we attack with this, now they have a reasonable trade here. But I guess that's okay. If we send this and ping there, all right, we'll try this. Try it this way this time and trade for whatever they'd like if they'd like to. Yeah, you're not wrong. I chuckle, but if it stalls out, it could. But are you are you ever taking a turn off to spend 7 on an activated ability of unblock? I mean, if it's going to literally win you the game, sure, but beyond that, shouldn't you just be making more, taking your chances? Or I guess you could put them on a clock. You might just say, okay, I'm all in on this, but it's kind of like you activate it once, it seems like you're activating it for the rest of the game until you die or are killed, right? All right, so now we can't win on the crack, and we lose on the crack back, so we're just going to try and get something big here. That's fair. I was just trying to actually figure it out, you know. Hard to spend on activated abilities in this format. Oh, convoke creatures, the bane of... I mean, it's just class... like... A creature that has an ETB search, a creature that convokes, and a common with a 7 mana activated ability. Seems about right. Are we dead yet, though? Maybe we're not dead yet. What's this? This is damage deals double. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's actually pretty bad as well, so they got a pretty bad 7. Ah, that's a pretty bad 8. If we can oh, this has got double strike. Did I miss that part? I guess so. Were we on 2? I thought we weren't dead to that attack, but it must have had double strike, and oh, doubles the damage. It's on every permanent. Got it. Makes sense. All right. Well, what do you know? Bad luck. Yeah, I thought it was a bad flip because I thought it was only on itself. It's not bad if it's on everything. You're right. Yeah, we'll go for a little more synergy this time, Robert. Sorry about that. Yeah, you'd think with every card in the world available to us, or every card in the arena world available to us, we would not go with these commons. Now, do we want to do a 2 from here? I'm gonna say no on a 2. Still not sure exactly what the correct sequencing is on the play and draw in Momir, and it's somewhat based on your opponent's actions as well. But I tend always to make a 3. I don't know. No matter what Oppo does, I'm ready to get going. Trying to spike a mana dork seems like fancy play syndrome. Seems like your odds are pretty slim, and then you're most likely just tossing a card for a bad 1-drop, since most 1-drops are pretty bad. Let's pitch first, I guess. Also, never sure exactly what... Yeah, that's not bad for a 3. You know, if it's just going to be raw power and toughness, give me a 4-2. Probably just going to trade with whatever they make here, though. But maybe they'll get unlucky and get a 1-1 or something. That's good enough. So what's your philosophy behind that, Robert? Always let Oppo cast first. You think this is a game of chicken? Isn't it a game of like calculating ultimately what CMC you want to land on? Like the I've always like when I've taken this more seriously, I try to understand what the target high-end CMC is, and then play out my hand to try and end so that I'm every turn casting that CMC, right? That's about the level the deepest level I've gotten on this. No cards. Well, 3/3 flyer, also not the worst. We're not going to trade down for a 2/2 though. Maybe this will thing with 4 power. I think of this as having defender almost, because Oppo is likely to produce some random ground beater that has 4 toughness that we can try and trade that 4/2 off for. Yeah, this is a new card. Saw that in the Brawl queue that was up for a while. It was in that pre-con, and it was very good in it too. Let's go for full domain here. And the 5 of our dreams. This is pretty rough. Hard to be a Twilight Prophet if that hits 10, but also hard to remove creatures in the format, so... Welp. Soul Hunter Rakshasa. Can't block. When it enters the battlefield, deals 5... Yeah, the life gain on Twilight Prophet is not really a concern, is it? The ability to go anywhere into the mana curve that they want as the game goes along is a bit more of a concern. What's this? When enters battlefield, look top 5 cards. Green card. Okay, that's a pretty bad pull for them. Basically a 3/3 for 5. We like that. This is just going to take over, though. This is just about whether we can eventually find something for this. Let's cast a 6 before we attack in with our 5/5, though. And Immortal Phoenix flying. Oh, that's lousy. I mean, it's a flying 5/3, which can at least attack into the Twilight Prophet, so that part's good. And I guess I'm with you. We should... I was going to try and leave this back, but since the prime concern is the Twilight Prophet, I think Raptor is correct that we want to offer trades to keep them away from City's Blessing for as long as possible. I don't know if they released a list, James, but I know the internet has kind of been making the list and checking it thrice. Palate is the Ruiner. Hexproof, Flying, Vigilance, Trample. Hasn't dealt damage yet, so it's got hexproof, but doesn't even really matter. You never target much in this format anyway. Unfortunately, it's 6. That's the 6 toughness is the worst part of this because we can't attack much through it, but we're gonna make a 7 and maybe find some attacks somehow, some way. Workshop Elders. Artifact creatures we control have flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have target non-creature artifact you control become... Oh. We even have an artifact, but it already flies. And, yeah. Useless. Well, it's a 4... It's a 4/4. It's as useful as a 4/4. So do we have... Let's see. If we swing away, what do? They trade here. They... eat here, they bounce here, and they chump or take 5. And then we're not fully dead on the crackback, but boy, we lose a lot there. I mean, this just bounces. I guess we lose this and this. I'm inclined to think we have to hope that they brick on their next one and that we hit big and try to go all in next turn. It doesn't feel like an attack here does anything for us super useful, other than, I guess, either kill this or get them to 1. I'm going to say no attack. I don't think sacrificing our board to get them to 1, not sacrificing our board, but sacrificing anything, like just allowing creatures to be eaten here. Valhalla, you make an interesting point, or a debatable one at the very least. I think there's some people who find part of the fun of this format to be that there's some bricks, there's some absolute misses, some complete whiffs, and you know, it was pretty funny to flip into demon, you know, someone flips into that demon that basically decks you or whatever. You know, there are these auto lose cards that are kind of funny. If you take the format in the lighthearted way it's really intended, I think it's fine. But you could absolutely do a more spiky one that was heavily curated and was looking to create more interaction. So I think you're onto something, Valhalla. So I think you could curate Momir in a really interesting way and make it almost cube-like, but with high variance. But like stuff you'd only be generally happy to have copied. All right, anyway, let's do this. Yeah, Momir cube. You're giving me ideas, man. Stop that. Well, we got an engine now. Maybe that'll help us. No 11s? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. One thing you might want to do in that world, I mean, either you would just have to avoid activated abilities, or maybe give some activated ability only mana each turn. That might be interesting. Mana you can spend on abilities, but not on the creature creation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're still at 9. Is 9 better than 8? What is this? Is this? Oh, this is pretty reasonable. All right, let's go for 9 then. When Fire Dragon enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains we control. So we can kill a 2. Is it creature only? Creature. Alright, well, we'll take out the 1 creature we can, unless we want to try to set up attacks. This has got hexproof anyway. I guess we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 5 blockers to our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. Our smallest is a 3, so we'd at least get him to 3. Maybe we're supposed to go for it here. But next turn, if next turn they have, yeah, that's what I got to worry about. On the okay, because the double strike here, and we do have 3 flyers to their flyers. Yeah, I guess we have to wait. How are we on 10? We want to go for 10 over 9? Because yeah, if we like, if something like Zakama is our only out, we should just stick with 9s, right? Anybody got a 10 that's better than going for Zakama? There is Ulamog, right? We only have 10 now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can't do a 9 and a 2. All right, should we do it? Go for yeah, I think it's once a turn. Once a turn, and then yeah, let's go for a 9 again. Let's see if we can get Zakama. Zakama for the lulz. No, what do we get? Greenbringer. Okay, well, if we can hang on, we can get wide enough. That's good. Let's see what they can do. Yeah, we got just enough damage in that even though they kind of started getting a better board and turned a corner, we're getting to keep going wide. 12 is only Galta, good to know. And we're on 11 now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which has nothing. We've established nothing on 11, so are we going back to 9 again? Just another 9? All right, we'll do another 9. Okay, more green bringers. Man, I think we should be able to hold on if we can just not die over the next couple of turns. But I think we want to wait a little bit more. Maybe I didn't do the math right there and I should have taken a look, but we might have the math next turn. We'll see. I don't think we did there, but I should have actually done the math. But it may need like a turn with... These will spit out summoning sick dudes, and then the turn after that, I think we'll have gone so much wider that it should work. Oh. All right, that's perfect. They don't get any value out of the white bringer. I have 10 what? Yeah, I know I had 10, but we wanted a 9, I thought. What did they get? Did I miss something? Oh, okay, thanks. You're counting creatures. I thought you were counting mana. All right, let's see what we got now. So there's only Galta. We might even just want 9 again, but we have, so these are summoning. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we got it. Because our smallest is 3. So yeah, I think we got it. We got the alpha. Unless there's life gain I'm missing. Somebody else check for life gain. I'm going to alpha. Oh, does this have lifelink? No. No. I don't think we had instances of lifelink. Not many artifacts showing up in graveyards around these parts. That's a lot of clicking to count to 2, Oppo. Because we just have it? Because I did the math and this is Momir? These are all lands in their hand? Like, unlike Oppo, I didn't want to use extra clicks. Victory! Came up heads. Oh, my info is all wrong, isn't it? Let's stop lying about that. Although I kind of agree with the NA for record will actually track what's going on here. Want to try the chicken game plan for science? All right, sure, I don't know. I would love for somebody to tell me what the benefit is. The reason we play chicken instead of playing on 3 regardless of what Oppo does is ... complete that sentence. And then I'm into the science more because I know what I'm looking for. Oh, absolutely, Jason. But literally, it was just click, attack, and win. Things will tend to be bigger, but if we get out ahead of them, then you can apply some pressure. See, so all right. So, is the game of chicken done? Are we even bothering, or do we let them expend? Because something you can also do is say, all right, they're going aggro early. Activated abilities don't really scare me unless, well, discarding a card could be interesting, but then they're giving up their whole turn to do that. Like, I don't even care. Such that I feel like we don't even bother. I'm going to try, here's my experiment. My experiment is going to be ignoring their 2 on the play. Oh, that's nice. Any card draw is good in the format. Of course, you're just drawing a land, but at least this is an ETB search that you can follow through on, unlike most that you find in this format. Can't wait around now, though. Hopefully we get something with at least 3 toughness and 2 power. That's the dream here. Not quite. And normally in Magic, you'd be really thrilled about a activated ability, a mana sink that this Ladev champion has, but we're never really going to spend 5 mana on a 1/1 white soldier creature token when we can be pitching a card to get a random 5 CMC. So yeah, pretty whiffy. And I don't care. Like, this is a weird tack from their part. If they want to shrink it down, that's fine, I guess. Like, I guess it costs us a card and not them. Makes us dump our hand. But they're using up their turn to do it. So there's definitely a cost for Oppo. I'm not sure if I like their play or whether I'm not seeing the genius of it. Or, you know, but I'm just going to keep playing now. If they want to keep stripping our hand, hopefully we find stuff to punish them for spending so much of their tempo on our hand. That ain't great. So, yeah, maybe they're getting away with it just because our creatures have been so crappy here. If we had like just 2 Centaur coursers, I think we would be really punishing them for what they're doing here. But we can't seem to find a card to punish them with. But I guess it seems pretty reasonable because they're, I mean, yeah, if our creatures came out better, it would be a more interesting little race here. It's coming out very well for Oppo, but I can't tell if it's because it's clearly the right thing to do or whether we're getting really unlucky. But it certainly looks like it's going to work out for them because we're going to be able to play a 6, and then they get to stop doing this and start making really big beasties because they at least are stocking up cards. Interesting. So maybe it looks like we finally got a decent creature out. There's like, okay, I guess we gotta... They're gonna do choose and discard? Okay. Yeah, it's about to get blanked, I bet, though. Like, now we're up against it, because we're on 6 for the rest of the game, and they're dropping 7, 8, 9. So this is where we're likely to get heavily outclassed and need... Maybe we'll get some reverse luck here, and they'll get a bunch of 7s, 8s, and 9s like this that we can fly over and still have a chance. If we attack with the 6/6, they can block with the knight and get 3 1/1 flyers. We could leave this back and not even offer that trade. And I should have made a creature. I suddenly slipped into traditional Magic there for a second and was thinking of playing after combat. But of course, in Momir, because of haste, you should play before. And I'm sure I'll make a haste creature after combat for full punishment. But I am not going to give them the block on Rumbling Ruin right now. I'm just going to send the Angel. All right, punished or not. Let's see the useful ETB or haste. Hey, Mensch. It's going okay. We are trying to cleanse the palate a little bit after a rough day on stream yesterday in terms of results, and followed up by some rough nights for me rough results in the evening for me off stream, such that I'm just looking to play something that doesn't really matter so that I can actually reduce my emotional investment in what I'm doing so that I can avoid tilt and reset myself a bit. When it's dealt damage, create a token. That's really nice too. We're just gonna Like, there's not even really a reason to attack here. We're just gonna keep hoping. We're gonna keep hoping Sarah gets there. Add another 6 though. Yeah, I'm gonna remember. Yeah, we're gonna draft today for sure. For sure. Okay, that seems reasonable. Does that count as a good card in this format? Wow. Biggin. Sarah, get to work. I think we'll be attacking all out next turn. And seeing what happens. They gotta go for like a 7 and hope for a Meteor Golem. I hope they go for a 7 and hit Meteor Golem. That would be incredible. Do it. That's the other thing you can do if you really want to spike out on this format and get every little extra edge you can is understand what ETB effects are in each CMC, because there could be a time where it's like, okay, they have an artifact creature, so therefore, if I actually do it on this set, on 4, there's a bunch of stuff that ETB destroys artifacts and creatures, therefore that's what I've got to go for, you know? Yeah. All right, I think that's good. Yeah, we're just going to add another 6, and... oh, but here's the reason not to do the 6, because that there's the auto-lose creature from Dominaria. So, although it's... yeah, does it lose immediately or on your next draw step? It's your next draw step, right? What's the 9/9? When it attacks, you sack an island. Oh, so we don't want to do that. Let's not risk it then. If we have... do we have the win? Are you sure of it? We have 15 trample. 4 gets chumped here. This needs 2 blockers, but let's say it's this and this. And then 15 gets blocked by 9. Okay, Norbert's confident. All right, Norbert. If this doesn't work, it's Norbert's fault. I'm going to trust chat on the math. Chat beat me to the math, but I was trying to do it. Having this lethal single creature with menace is a big game for this attack, right? Because they just have to put 2 creatures on it. And that just takes up so much of their blocking resources. And yeah, that's a good point. The 9/9 alone doesn't stop Multani from being lethal. The auto-lose Dominaria creature is Demon Lord... is it Belzenlock? 4 black, 6/6 flyer. And you look at you basically draw until you find a non-land, and there's no non-lands. That's a good point. I could have made Multani one bigger before combat, but I trusted math. I trusted chat that the math said we were lethal. And so if we don't need it, that's just wasting clicks. Oppo is slowly figuring out there's no way to math this. Jason, you're very win more. Extra clicks are worth it to win more. All right, we're turning it around with a little Momir luck. Fun. And actually some thinking there. That was cool. Ah, that's what's going on. More Twitch rivals that I wasn't invited to. It's like, we're a little low. You know, I can fluctuate around in my viewership, but 64 felt a little low for right now today. And then it's, Twitch rivals. So we'll see. We'll see our friends who are watching Twitch rivals later in the week, I'm sure. Not to tell you all what to leave me to go watch. I'm glad you're hanging out. Really appreciate it. I forget to, Norbert. Who knows what the hell I was chatting about 10 minutes ago, 10 seconds ago. Yes, I appreciate those I am playing Magic with. I'll take a note on that, James. I don't think I'm ready to dive in on that cold today without some thought. But I didn't realize they made an announcement like that. All right, so there was some suggestion to say play chicken. Okay, but we'll try playing chicken. I generally do a 3-drop every time, regardless. But we can try making Oppo go first and see what happens. Wow, I'm second behind Disney World. That's really nice, Mama. You're a sweetheart. Man, I've had some days in amusement parks that would put Disney World pretty low on my list, actually. Sweltering heat, waiting in eternal lines. This is interesting. So you want to keep, like, at what point? Yeah, at what point do we just go? Fine. So we're saying 5 is where on the draw on 5 we actually just finally do it. Convoke creatures are among the worst to get just because they always have an inflated CMC because of the Convoke clause, so you're not really getting the value there. Oh, they just got a common. Still, it's a pretty big one, but they got one. Yeah, Robert, I get salty when I get beat, but I don't punish anybody with a clock on purpose. Sometimes I punish people accidentally with clock because I'm streaming, but I really don't understand the mindset of taking out your frustrations by spreading more pain in the world. It's just like such a weird way to go. Other creatures you control have vigilance. That's not bad. I blinked. Were we supposed to? Well, Robert, when would you stop? When would, like, let's say they just literally, they were a bot saying we're gonna play chicken till we start discarding. What would you do? Well, Shockmouth, a lot of people just close the client or minimize it and start doing their other thing. Like, if they're not going to play any more Magic, you can bail out without it being a... Ooh, that's a good one. This does have Vigilance. We need to get more stuff up in the air so we can block and kill this Windreader Sphinx, or that's going to be serious troubles. And we can't really block on the ground because of that. We need more flyers. Yeah, there's also accidental timeouts. That's true. I mean, if you're if you can warp your brain to presume that's what's going on with your opponents, then more power to you. I'm a little too cynical to believe that that's what's going on when when that happens. And at that point, it doesn't even matter if it's an accident. It's how you feel. Well, they were going to do that anyway. At least we get to kill this, maybe? Yikes. All right. Didn't get the flyer we needed. Yeah, it's cool, Robert. I'm just saying there, like, if this is the strategy, we at least need to know when we get off the bus. Like, I missed some... Did I miss damage? Yeah. Oh, because I could send both and they only had that. Good point. Yep. I missed, what, 4 points there? This is Bori big. What does Bori do? When deals enraged deals combat damage to a player, reveal top 3, put all lands into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Okay, so that's like a massive bomb, but we need to make sure we leave enough behind to block and kill that. Although we're likely to draw enough to block and kill that, so I'm going to go ahead and give up the Rosemane to take out the Colossal, and then next turn we'll add something else that can trade for Enraged here. Yeah, this is a real rough rough go. Bounce Sphinx. What are we talking about, Raptor? Things we could find at 8. I'm just distracted by the ground, not playing tight. Sorry for the loose play. But again, part of that's why I'm here in this palette cleanser queue, where I'm not sweating it too much. I'll play tighter when we draft, I promise. But I do want to win here. I'm not going to pretend, not going to play it off like winning doesn't matter at all here. Blah. Although this cleanly blocks the Enraged, so that's nice, actually. And I'll remember to block the Sphinx this time, I promise. And let's see, what attacks do we have? Nah, no attacks, because Bori successfully blocks. Good afternoon, Sarah. Tell me, how are you? Oh yeah. Sorry. Like I said, what is wrong with my head? This is why I'm losing, I guess. I don't even want to post this video to YouTube. They just laugh at me. Jason wants a Ravnica draft today. You're gonna have to start pitching it to chat, because I'm gonna ultimately do what they want. Well, maybe we'll just get lucky and our opponents will find bad 9-drops and it'll allow us to overcome our mistakes. Oh, is it any? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't want him to draw a card. Sometimes 2 wrongs make a right. Do I go to pre-releases? Yeah, pre-releases are sweet. I highly recommend it. Okay, I'm going to remember to block here. I'm trying to play good Magic. It's just not working. Pre-releases are totally sweet. I love doing it when... Oh yeah, this is great. I didn't even realize... I wasn't even thinking about this. We're just completely wrecked by this, huh? This is a wrecking ball. What a card. And it's got trample, so we're going to take the full 7, and then they're going to draw 3. We need like another ground hexproofer, or else we can't even deal with Bori here. Is this like the best card in the format? That was nuts. That was ridiculous. Like, we needed a hexproof 8/8 in order to be able to stop this card. Also, this helped out though, right? Because it really filled the hand for to chuck lands at my stuff. All right, so what are we going for? Oh yeah, is this any target? Yeah, any target. They could have just gone to our face, like right now. Like, we're just dead. Why are they doing this? All right, whatever. We'll go for a 9. maybe they're not reading cards. The last thing I'm going to do right now is criticize somebody's technical play. My technical play is not really on display here. Or perhaps it is, and I'm kidding myself. Yeah, well, it's kind of, I'm kind of curious now. Let's see if they... No, we're dead here. I'm going to move on. What a card for this format. But what do you know? Another 50-50 Momir. It happens. All right, there was a lot of looseness there, though. A lot of looseness. I'm going to center myself, and we're going to allow that to be a palate cleanser and not worry too much about the loose play you just witnessed. We're going to say goodbye to our YouTube friends who hopefully enjoyed seeing that anyway, despite some questionable blocks, whatever. And we're going to move on to a draft and try to get back on the right track there. So see you, YouTube, and catch the draft after.